Earlier this week, I read 172 Hours in the Moon by Johan Harstad and translated by Tara F. Chase. And this book was insane. I can't even be, like, I can't even. So the thing that I can say about this book is I'm giving it 5 stars. Hands down, no question about it. In 172 Hours on the Moon, NASA has decided to send people back to the moon to go to this secret base that has been on the moon since the 70s, but no one knows about it. Only NASA knows about it, and this big, huge, secret thing. And they're going back to the moon to do something. You don't know what, but they're telling everybody that they're going back to find some kind of mineral or something. They're doing some kind of research. But it's just a cover story. They're actually doing something else, and they won't tell you what it is. And they also think that it will get them more publicity if they hold a worldwide lottery for 3 teenagers to go with them. A 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 17-year-old end up winning. Someone from Japan, someone from Norway, and someone from France. And the almost first half of the book, a little bit less than that, I want to say like the first 40% of the book, they're not on the moon. It's about the people deciding whether or not they want to enter the lottery and what their reasons are for it, and it's about their lives at home and how they think going to the moon will change their lives, which I liked a lot, actually. And it's also about the people who know what's actually going on the moon, and they're covering it up, but they don't tell you what is actually going on the moon. You have to figure it out for yourself as you read. I really liked the first half before they went to the moon. There's a few weird, creepy things that happen before they go to their training and stuff like that, but besides that, it's not scary yet, and it's just interesting and intriguing because you're like, what is going on? What are they covering up? And I liked the stories of the 3 teenagers who were going. It was really interesting. And then there's like this one guy who used to be an astronaut or something, and he hears that they're going back to the moon, and he's all like, no, they can't go back! And you're like, why not? And then parts about being in space and on the moon that weren't scary were just really good, and they just, like whenever they first took off to go to space, it gave me goosebumps. Like when they were first in space, I was like, oh my gosh, they're in space! And when they first got on the moon, I was like, oh my god, they're on the moon! And then it got scary. Oh my god. So they get to the moon and everything goes wrong. The power goes out, they only have like a certain amount of hours before the oxygen runs out, and they have to try and fix the power or get back to Earth. And there's weird things happening, and I can't tell you what it is because you don't find out until like closer to the end of the book. But it's so good, oh my god, and scary. So it is scary. When people said that it was scary and I was reading it, and I was like, it's not scary, like, just things are going wrong. Like, okay, that's scary, but it's not, like, spooky, that sucks, that they might be stuck on the moon now. But no, there's weird stuff that happens, and it's good and scary. I was a little iffy about this book, just because it was translated. I've never read a translated book before, and I thought that the translating wouldn't go over very well. I thought there would be some things that wouldn't make sense, or the sentence structure would be weird, but it was really good. I really liked the writing. Tara, you did a good job of making this book English and making it good. And there are a few things about the book that I didn't like, so I'm going to tell you what those things were. At the beginning, there's this doctor guy whose name is blanked out. And I thought there was a reason for that, and I thought we were going to find out who this doctor person was later, and we'd be like, oh, it's the doctor from the beginning! But no, his name is just blanked out, and I don't know why, so that's annoying. I didn't like that they brought teenagers with them, because I thought there was going to be a whole other reason, like maybe they thought the teenagers would be able to help, like maybe the teenagers are different, and so things would be different when they got to the moon. But no, they just wanted attention from the media about there's teenagers, and I just don't understand why they would want to bring teenagers with them, because the people who set this up knew about the crazy scary stuff happening on the moon, so why would they bring teenagers? There are a few spooky things that happen before they leave, and they kind of sort of get explained, but not really, and I just felt like it was one of those confusing things in Lost. you know? Where you're like, oh, it's confusing and doesn't make sense now, but it'll get explained, and 5 seasons later, oh, it doesn't get explained. It felt kind of like that to me. But at the same time, I feel like those 3 things were pretty minor compared to how much I love this book and how crazy it was. It's like, I read this book in 3 days. And that, for me, that's a book that I love. That's a good book. Normally, I read books in a week, except for a crazy book, I read in about 3 days. This is a YA book. It's in the teen fiction section at Chapters, but I feel like the way it's written and who it's about and what it's about, it would appeal to adults who don't normally like teen fiction. It doesn't have the same type of atmosphere that most teen fiction has. It's not written in the first person, so it isn't a teenager telling the story, and there isn't like a whole love thing going on. I think if you were turned off by teen fiction, this is still and obviously if you like horror type books, because it is scary, this is a book that you would really enjoy. If you like teen fiction books, you should still also like it, just because it's amazing! And if you want to read something scary, this is what you need to read, because oh my god, it was scary. Oh my god. It was good though.